Have you ever wondered how you could improve your life and find greater serenity in the midst of everyday chaos? In this video, we will explore the powerful lessons of Stoicism through the 10 Stoic rules for life. Discover how historical and philosophical figures have applied these rules to achieve inner peace and lasting success. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your perspective and subscribe so you don't miss a second of Stoic wisdom. Rule number 1: the charm of mystery. In the world of Stoicism, the ability to cultivate an enigmatic presence that intrigues others is valued. This rule teaches us to reveal our lives gradually, like a captivating story that unfolds page after page, inspiring us in historical figures like Cleopatra. We understand that the mystery that surrounds us can be as attractive as the light of a star in the darkness of the night. By inviting others to discover our history little by little, we offer them the opportunity to immerse themselves in the fascinating labyrinth of our existence. Just as Cleopatra was revered for the enigma that surrounded her, we can become irresistibly attractive figures by preserving an aura of mystery about ourselves. Rule number 2: be a need, not an option. Within the context of Stoicism, the importance of becoming indispensable in the lives of others is emphasized. This rule urges us to demonstrate our independence and worth, becoming an essential presence in the existence of those around us, inspiring us in the collaboration between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. We recognize that each individual has unique value that can significantly enrich the lives of others. By following the example of Wozniak, whose contribution was fundamental to Apple's success, we understand that our uniqueness can make us irreplaceable elements in any situation. By demonstrating our autonomy and strength, we become more than just an option, we become a vital necessity for those who have the privilege of sharing their lives with us. Rule number 3: cultivate your own happiness. In the context of Stoicism, we are taught the importance of finding happiness within ourselves, rather than seeking it from external sources. This rule urges us to cultivate a deep connection with our own joy and fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. Inspiring us in figures like Theodore Roosevelt, we can understand how resilience and inner joy can become our greatest allies in the pursuit of a full and meaningful life. Roosevelt, despite facing numerous personal challenges, maintained a vigorous and committed attitude to life, finding joy in exploration, public service, and personal development. His example reminds us that true happiness does not depend on external circumstances, but on our ability to find contentment in the present moment and live in accordance with our deepest values. Rule number 4: be a rare gem. Within the framework of Stoicism, we are encouraged to demonstrate our unique worth and uniqueness in all areas of our lives. This rule urges us to be more than just an option in the lives of others, to become a valuable and meaningful addition to those around us, inspiring us in the relationship between Alexander the Great and Aristotle. We understand that the value of Aristotle's knowledge and wisdom was fundamental to Alexander's success and greatness. Similarly, each of us possesses unique talents and abilities that can enrich the lives of others in profound ways. By recognizing and cultivating our own value, we become a rare and precious jewel in the lives of those who are privileged to know us. By following the example of Aristotle, whose knowledge was an essential part of Alexander's growth and evolution, we become valuable and essential contributors to the fabric of society and human relationships. Rule number 5: don't focus on just one person. Within the framework of Stoicism, we are taught the importance of maintaining a full and meaningful life outside of personal relationships. This rule urges us not to put all our focus and energy on a single person, but rather to cultivate a rich and satisfying existence that transcends the dynamics of a couple or friendship. Inspiring us in the life of Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher known for his wisdom and leadership, we understand how prioritizing our personal identity and pursuing our own dreams can deeply enrich our lives. Aurelius stood out for his commitment to his principles and values, maintaining his independence and authenticity even in a world dominated by external expectations. His example reminds us that a full life is built on the basis of autonomy and the search for personal fulfillment, beyond interpersonal relationships. If you're enjoying what you've seen so far, I encourage you to show your support by clicking the I like it, which you will find just below. Your support is essential so we can continue bringing you quality content. Rule number 6: prioritize your needs. In the context of Stoicism, we are reminded of the importance of affirming our own worth and not settling for less in any relationship. This rule urges us to put our needs and well-being first, upholding our dignity and personal respect, inspiring us in the determination of Lucius Quinctius Cincinnatus, a Roman leader known for his integrity and resilience. We understand how maintaining our principles and values even in times of political temptation can strengthen our self-esteem and self-respect. Cincinnatus, he was noted for his firm adherence to his convictions, refusing to compromise his principles for the sake of power or convenience. His example reminds us that our needs and values are fundamental to any relationship, and that we must be willing to defend them firmly, even when we face external pressure to give in. Rule number 7: value your time. In the context of Stoicism, we are taught to appreciate the importance of our time and attention, recognizing that they are precious resources that must be managed carefully. This rule urges us not to always be available to others, but to reserve time for our own projects and passions. Inspiring us in the story of Ada Lovelace, a pioneer in the field of computing, we understand how her dedication to her own projects led her to become a fascinating and respected figure in her time. Lovelace not only demonstrated extraordinary talent and skill in his work, but also knew how to value his time and attention, dedicating them what he was really passionate about. Her example reminds us of the importance of setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our personal goals, even in the midst of external demands. Rule number 8: cultivate balance in communication. In the context of human relationships, it is essential to maintain a balance in communication, where both parties have the opportunity to express themselves and be heard. This rule urges us not to monopolize the conversation, but to allow the other person to also take the initiative and share their thoughts and feelings. Inspiring us in the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, we understand how his focus on respectful and balanced communication strengthened his personal and political relationships. Aurelio valued the importance of actively listening to others and considering their points of view with respect and empathy. His example teaches us that effective communication is based on mutual exchange and understanding, rather than domination or control. Rule number 9: don't be emotionally attached. In the context of Stoicism, we are reminded of the importance of finding a healthy balance between sharing our emotions and maintaining composure. This rule urges us not to let our emotions dominate our relationships, but rather to exercise conscious control over how we respond to situations. Inspiring us in the patience and wisdom of Seneca, one of the leading Stoic philosophers, we can understand how he understood the power of controlling emotional responses. Seneca advocated the practice of inner tranquility and serenity in the face of life's adversities. His example teaches us to cultivate the ability to manage our emotions constructively, allowing us to maintain healthy and balanced relationships. Rule number 10: be willing to walk away. Recognizing our own value and maintaining self-respect are fundamental aspects of authenticity and personal integrity. This rule reminds us of the importance of distancing ourselves from relationships that do not honor us or that harm us. Inspiring us in the determination of Marco Aurelio, who prioritized your personal values over toxic relationships, we understand the importance of establishing healthy boundaries in our lives. Marco Aurelio teaches us that being willing to walk away from situations or people that do not contribute to our growth and well-being is an act of self-love and authenticity. His example inspires us to stay true to ourselves and our convictions, even when we face the pressure or difficulty of abandoning the known. After knowing these Stoic rules for life, do you feel inspired to apply them in your daily life? Tell us your reflections. How do you think they could change your life? Leave us your comments below and be part of this conversation. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Until next time, and may Wisdom Stoic accompany you on your path to a fuller and more conscious life.